God, I sounded so cringy when I said that. Why can't I just be normal? Hello all, my name is Patrick and welcome to Fun with First Names, where each week we look into the meaning, origin and some extra fun facts behind one specific first name. And this week we're looking into the first name of Delilah. Now Delilah is definitely a girl's name. I really haven't heard of any boys with this name. And in regards to spelling variations, I really haven't seen that many. There's only one spelling variation that really came to mind, and that was just Delilah without the H on the end. Delilah is a name of Hebrew origins, and in Hebrew I read it meaning all kinds of things. Just to name a few things I've read it meaning, it means amorous, delight, languishing, weak, and most popularly delicate, which does make a lot of sense as Delilah and delicate do sound incredibly similar. However, if you look into a baby name book like the one I use to research these videos, seriously, I must be the only person to own a baby name book and not actually have any children or plans to have any children anytime soon, you will find a very different meaning for the name Delilah. This book tells me that Delilah comes from the Arabic dalas, meaning things like to flirt or to tease. So yeah guys, with meanings like that, Delilah is a pretty naughty name. God, I sounded so cringy when I said that. Why can't I just be normal? And the reason many see this name as meaning to flirt or to tease comes from religious origins. In the Old Testament, there was an Israelite warrior called Samson. He was this big, strong, jacked warrior dude, and his power came from his uncut hair, of all things. And eventually he met a Philistine woman called, you guessed, Delilah. Now, I won't go into the complex nature of the Israelites and the Philistines in this time period, but safe to say, they didn't get along. So you may be shocked to hear that despite being an Israelite and a Philistine, Delilah actually seduced Samson, and he was so into her that he even revealed his power source, his long mane of uncut hair. So once the seduction had been completed, Delilah sat Samson down and chopped all his hair off, meaning all his power had disappeared and he was no longer a threat to her people. And this is why some etymologies of the name Delilah have it meaning things like to flirt or to tease. And for the longest time, apparently this name had a connotation of being used for seductive, treacherous women. But in all honesty, I've never heard that meaning myself. I really don't think there's much stock in that anymore. And because of this, the name really wasn't that popular for quite a long time. However, that was all in the past, and Delilah really is quite a popular name now. In fact, it's a name really on the rise. For the longest time, it wasn't even really in the top 500 names in America, but at the moment it is the 94th most popular girl's name in the USA. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if in a few years' time it was number 1, or at least in the top 10 or so. And here in the UK it's even more popular, being number 90. I mean, it's only 4 spaces more popular, but still more popular. And nicknames for Delilah include obviously Dee and Lila. However, the nickname I really enjoyed for Delilah I found was Dee Dee, as in just the original nickname of Dee, but doubled. Reminds me of Dexter's sister. Man, I love that show. And as for famous Delilahs, well, instead of actual real Delilahs, I want to talk about 2 songs that feature the name Delilah quite heavily, because this name for some reason has become really popular in the world of songs. There's of course Tom Jones's Delilah and the Plain White T's Hey There Delilah. There's been many theories as to why Tom Jones used the name Delilah. One of the songwriters said it was based on a girl he knew when he was young and went on holiday. But more recently, people believe it comes from the origin story of Samson and Delilah, because that song is all about Tom Jones being upset about a woman called Delilah who's cheated on him, and the Samson and Delilah story is all about a treacherous, cheating, seductive woman. So there are similarities there, and like I said, this name did have that connotation of being a name of a flirty, seductive lady. Hey, things might look a little bit different for the next few minutes, and that's because the footage I recorded for this part kind of mucked up on me for some reason. So, you know, might look a little different, but it'll be fine. Just trust me. And Delilah from Hey There Delilah is actually a real Delilah, and she went by the name of Delilah Di Crescenzo. I think I pronounced that right. I'm reading off my screen here. When I was reading about this, the Plain White T's lead singer met this Delilah one time. She was a long distance runner, and they met once or twice, I believe, and while they never dated or anything like that, he just decided to write the song about her. I guess he just liked the name. And of course we have to look for a wrestler with the name Delilah, and the only one I could come across was someone by the name of Delilah Doom. I hadn't heard of this girl at all, but she looks incredible. Really cool design gear. I'm sure she's pretty cool in the ring. I'd like to see more of Delilah Doom, that's for sure. Anyway, that's just about everything you guys need to know about the name Delilah. But what are your thoughts on this name? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you know anyone with the name Delilah? Are you called Delilah yourself? Let me know down below. And I actually want to share some of the awesome comments you left about last week's name, Calvin. Calvin Fernandez wrote, "Never knew there was so much history behind my name." nice. And this really warmed my heart to see this. I love when people with the name watch these videos and let me know about it. I think that's really cool. Thank you for all the Calvins who did watch that video, and thank you for all the Delilahs who will watch this video. Master K wrote, the only Calvin I've ever known so far is bald, like totally bald, and he's in his early 30s still. Want so bad to recommend this video to him, but it would be super awkward. Yeah, that would be pretty awkward. In case you didn't watch that video, Calvin means the bald one. So yeah, that's why he doesn't really want to share this video with his bald friend Calvin. And thank you to everyone who let me know about bald Calvins, if you're one yourself or if you know a bald Calvin. It really warmed my heart to see that too. If you happen to be a flirtatious, seductive Delilah or know a flirtatious, seductive Delilah, let me know. And Nancy Clark says, Patrick has plenty of hair. Yes, I do. Look at this beauty. Of course, this was in reference that Calvin meant the bald one and that I couldn't have this name because of my huge mane. And someone, I can't remember their name unfortunately, just left a comment saying Mane Explain, which I adored. I think I might actually change the channel's name to that. Anyway, next week we'll be looking to our first name starting with the letter E. And what name that will be exactly will be chosen on a poll exclusively for my patrons to vote on. So if you enjoy the channel, want to help support it financially, and have a say in what names get explained, then please do consider donating on Patreon. It really does mean so much when you guys do. Even just $1 a month helps in a huge way, and it gets you access to so many extra goodies. Seriously, if you're a patron, say down in the comments below how much you enjoy being a patron. Please, it'll really mean a lot to me. Though of course, no worries if you can't support on Patreon, I completely understand that as well. Anyway guys, I think that's just about everything. Until next time, take care.